Hello there. It's Super Soul Sunday, and I'm so thankful coming your way. Well, should I say all the way from California, but unfortunately, I'm in London. Or fortunately for me, I'm in London. I'm super excited to be in London. And my three amazing, fabulous, elegant, handsome guests are all the way in California, in Los Angeles. Yes, they're all blushing. So, guys, welcome to the Nana Cheche Show.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Well,
Is that a rosé that you're rocking there?
This is a drink called Cholet. Maybe I will introduce you to it. It's a non-alcoholic rosé. So
Okay.
there you go.
Okay. I'm here for it.
It's very nice.
Nice.
It's very nice. I don't think it. I haven't seen it in LA yet, so maybe I have to bring some.
I think next time you come out here, you might have to
we're
take a couple of
expecting you
bottles
to.
past the order. So customs.
Don't worry. I'll be bringing it. So, how are you all celebrating Valentine's? And I'm thankful that you're giving me your time. I know you have to spend it with loved ones and all that, but for you to step out and spend your Valentine brunch time with me, I am so thankful. So, Sasha, how are you celebrating? And I love the way you put your Valentine balloons there.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to say that I am celebrating with my loved ones. Look at you all. And hopefully, more loved ones are joining us and watching us right now. Well, today is a very interesting Valentine's Day for me because I have an important audition in a couple of hours, and I have to prepare right after our interview. It came last minute, and so that is it. But I always love to celebrate, so there will be a lot of strawberries and chocolate and champagne, rosé, and all of these sweets. And so, yeah. And I reminded my kid today that it's Valentine's Day. He completely forgot about that. So he's preparing something.
Oops. Eric's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. He's like,
Fantastic. What about you, Rachelle?
Well, today just watching, favorite romance movies. Gonna be watching one of my favorites called About Time with my boyfriend over FaceTime. So that'll be fun.
Is About Time a time travel story? By chance?
Kind of. I wouldn't say it's a traditional time travel movie per se, but it definitely does have time travel elements to it. So
Cool.
it's
I
really
love a good time travel story.
yeah, me too.
Okay, you have to show me how you're gonna watch it with him on FaceTime.
Yeah. So actually,
Well, how does that work?
So we actually discovered this a little while ago, because COVID makes it hard to get together. So what we found out is on like Vudu, if you both buy a movie, there's this system, I can't remember what it's called, it's like Watch Anywhere or something, and you can watch the same film at the same time, and like if somebody pauses their screen as well, because you have like a code that connects to you.
Oh.
So we, just hold up, the phone, watching it together, talking while it's on, and then we just have our TV in front of us while we both watch. Yeah. It's a way to watch things with your friends, family, loved ones while, socially distancing, because it's so important right now to not travel if you don't have to. So, yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Rico?
Like pretty much everything else that's been happening of late, I've been kind of just chilling by myself and doing my own thing. I have an audition also, so I have to work on that as well. And I'm just kind of using today to just chill and also just really reflect on everything that's been going on and look at love as a way to kind of keep that sanity in it all too. So it's even though Valentine's Day does have a different meaning for everybody, and the main meaning can be construed as just pure love between two people, but it could also be love of yourself, love of life, things like that. So I'm personally using this day to work on some stuff, to just kind of relax, love myself, self-love, self-care, and just be here. Be here, be present, and wear red.
Self love and self care. So thankful. So, well, somebody said, "Who are these guests of yours?" So I'm saying, okay, Sasha. I know we dived into Valentine because we are all excited. Tell the world who Sasha Kerbel is.
Yes, so I'm an actress, and I came to LA from Russia, all the way from Moscow, Russia, and it happened 5.5 years ago. Before that, I was an actress back in Russia, in
So
theater,
come in.
TV, and film. And before that, I had
Okay, Sasha, hold on, because we're getting some technical hitches behind the
oh,
scenes.
okay,
So I'm going to pause and we're going to come back live again because, yeah.
okay. Hello, Jean.
Hi, we're back. And
Are we echoing?
we so Sasha, yes, you were saying we
Yes.
apologize for the technical hitch, but we're good. We're good now.
Well, we have the lightning hour, so our lightning energy just overpowered everything, so it shut down the broadcast. So sorry
Yes.
about that. It's just our
That
energy.
is live show for you.
Yeah. So as for me, so again, I came to LA 5.5 years ago. I'm an actress. I'm a professional actress, and I've been an actress before that. Before coming to LA, in theater, in Russia, and on TV and in film. And before that, I had a whole career as a TV and radio host. And also, I was a DJ, and fun working in the entertainment. What can I say? I hope I'm also a good person.
You are.
What about you, Rachelle?
Yeah, so I've been acting professionally since I was 6 years old, so about 14 years now. And I also started writing, directing, and producing about 5.5, 6 years ago. I have my own production company. I've made a few films with my production company, and I've just been so blessed to have gotten to work in multiple different film industries across the West Coast. And I've been so blessed to learn so many different things about not only acting, which is my passion, but also about other sides of filmmaking. I've had such a great time, learning everything I can about the entertainment industry.
Awesome. Rico.
Hey, yeah, I'm Rico E Anderson. I'm an actor. I've, I've recently started embracing putting writer in my title as well. I've been doing a lot of writing since the quarantine. Really taking the time to put a lot of my ideas down on paper that have just been swirling around in my head. So I'm very excited about getting those out and definitely one day producing them and putting them out there for the world to see. Alongside that, I've been acting professionally for over 15 years now here in Los Angeles. Originally, I'm from Chicago and also the San Francisco Bay Area. And I've been wanting to act ever since I was 6 when Rachelle was actually doing it. So, um, but yeah, I've always known that I've wanted to be an actor, and it was just a matter of when it was going to actually kick off. And for myself, it happened when I was in the Bay Area, and I've been blessed to have been able to do things in all the different genres from film, TV, theater, voiceover, and hosting, and just having an overall well-rounded career in a way that I didn't think would happen in the way that it's happened since it happened. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited for the future in terms of what's going to continue to blossom from these, being able to plant myself in all these different areas. So
Brilliant. So today I have actors around me, and so if you find me acting, then it means these ladies and gentlemen has infected me with something, you know. So I am super excited that you're all successful in what you do. I mean, when it comes to Rico, if you watch SWAT or Star Trek, you've been around. So tell us, all of you, tell us some of the movies that you have been in or films that people can relate to. Rico?
Well, I've recently been in, like you were mentioning, SWAT, the reboot of the series. It actually came out in the late '70s, well, mid '70s, but the series stars Shamar Moore, and I play young Daniel Sr., who is his father in flashback scenes. I always have to put the flashback scenes there because whenever I say I play Shamar Moore's father, people will be like, "How are you playing his daddy?" So I'd be like, y'all around the same age. So I have to put that disclaimer. But I've been on the show twice, and it's been great. It's been such an honor portraying the character and being a part of something that a series that I loved watching when it came out back in the day, and now being a part of it. And I'm also a part of Apple TV Plus's Truth Be Told series, starring Octavia Spencer, Ron Cephas Jones from This Is Us. Kate Hudson just joined the cast for the second
Oh,
season.
wow.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. It's been so much fun, and yeah, we're currently in the second season and having a blast. And yeah, just just doing so many other things. I was in Young and Hungry on Freeform, Modern Family, Two and a Half Men, Grey's Anatomy, just a bunch of wonderful, The Orville, the bunch of wonderful pop culture TV shows, and got a lot of really cool things along the horizon. So
And you're still doing what you love to do. Congratulations on that. What
thank
about you, Rachelle?
Yeah, I've had a few films, actually, a few feature films come out within the last 2 years. I've had 3 come out, and I have one that's gonna be coming out either this year or next year. It all depends because of pickup shots, because of COVID. But I had the film My Summer as a Goth released in November. That film, that it was so exciting to have that film released. And prior to that, I also had the film Woodstock or Bust, which had Willow Shields from the Hunger Games trilogy, and it had Meg DeLacy from, oh gosh, what's it called? The Fosters. They were the stars of the film, and I got to play their friend Jill. That was a very fun film, Woodstock or Bust. And then I also had a film come out called Wallflower, which is another, it's a very touching, bittersweet film. And so I'm excited that either this year or next year, the film Martingale, starring Kelly Sullivan from Young and the Restless, will come out. It's a revenge thriller. I play her daughter. That was such a cool film to shoot. It was funny because the first day of filming I had was on Mother's Day. So it was like, oh, I get to meet my on-screen mom on Mother's Day. Like,
Oh, wow.
it was great. And when
That is so cool.
yeah, when I posted the photo, people are like, are you guys related? You guys look so much alike. Like, this is perfect. And then I've had a few other projects over the years that you might have seen me in. I had a film play at Slam Dance in 2017 called Losing It. That film got a lot of acclaim. I also was in, there's a prequel series to a video game called Soma. I was in the Soma Transmission series on YouTube. I was also on the TLC series Escaping the Prophet. And I had a few commercials that you probably have seen me in, like the Kroger Valentine's Day commercial and also the Ford Explorer commercial.
Hmm.
And they were played at the Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl.
So, yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Sasha, what about you?
Yeah, so as for me, most of my works were done back in Russia, so American viewers are not familiar with them. However, one of the shows I was in, it was a very popular show. It played on MTV. It was an MTV show, but it played MTV Russia. So I got this credit, MTV, but it was in Russia. And so another show where I play one of the lead parts is called, well, in Russian, it's called Заговоренный. It's sort of like Charmed. And it's, well, I mean, it played in Europe, in countries of former Yugoslavia, and then it was just released in Japan. So I don't know, maybe it will be one day released here as well. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, and we are, my screen husband, well, it's a spoiler alert, but he died or not in that show, and but I survived. So who knows? Maybe there will be part 2. And it was an international cast, and it was really cool. Also, so I moved here with the film that is called 10 Days in a Madhouse, and Rachelle and I, that's how we met. We were supposed to be in that movie together, but then unfortunately, the script was rewritten thousands of times, and Rachelle was a kid back then, and so the kid part was cut out. They decided to focus on the adult part. So those beautiful scenes were, but we got our friendship from there. And so, and this film, it's been released around the world too. And I've seen it in Russian, in German, in Turkish, and so many languages. So if you type it, you will find it in any language you want. So that was really cool. And also another work that is still not being released, although it's about to, but whenever it always moves and moves. It's a wonderful project. It's a voiceover project that I did. I played all 7 parts and a narration in Russian and a part of a sleep theory in English. It's sort of like a new genre. It's e-musical, they call it. It's an educational book app where you can watch, you can read, you can listen to this story, and you can do it in 20 languages. And you can switch from language to learn languages. And so in Russian language, so there was this Oscar-winning Russian movie Leviathan, and one of the lead guys there, Vladimir Vdovichenkov, is he's also narrating a certain part of the Russian version, and I'm narrating the main part and play these 7 characters. And in English version, the main English version is narrated by Jim Dale, who is very well known British actor, and he's very well known as the official voice of all the Harry Potter audiobooks. And he's
Oh,
Hmm.
of
that
awards.
is cool. That is fantastic. Well
Yeah,
done,
and
you.
so, yeah,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Well
So
done.
we're
I'm proud of
Awesome.
all of you.
with
So all of you, you came from Russia, ended up in LA, and you fell in love, and you never went back, and you decided to, pursue your dream over there. Um, Rachelle, you were born in California. You also came from another state, or which state
Yeah.
did you come from?
I was born and raised in Washington State, but I also worked a lot in Portland, Oregon, because it was only 3.5, 4 hours away. So I worked and I took a lot of acting classes. So Portland's like another home to me, because it was so close by. And I've then, when I was about, I think I was almost 15 when I started coming down. I came down a few times to LA prior for some classes and, auditions, but I really started focusing on splitting time back when I was about 15 and then going back and forth. And then I've primarily been here for about 2 years. But I still go back up and I still sometimes film in Seattle and Portland. And I've also gotten the opportunity to film in San Diego a few times. So I like to say that I'm a West Coaster. I just
All right.
live and
So
work
you were
on.
15. 15, and were you traveling by yourself?
Oh no, I wouldn't
Okay.
want to. No way, no,
Oh,
no.
fantastic. And then Rico, you also came from Chicago, you said?
Yes, yes. I was actually born here in California, but
Okay.
I we when I was a baby, we moved to Chicago, and I have family out there. So we lived out there until I was 11, and then we moved back to California, and then I grew up in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. So
Oh, fantastic. I'm
yeah.
asking all these questions because, sometimes people want to live their dream, but then they're stuck. They're so comfortable at where they are and they don't want to move, and the three of you have kind of moved away from family or friends or things that you were comfortable with, and now you're pursuing your dreams. And I bet it wasn't easy. So let's go to how you've been able to break through and doing what you love to do, because a lot of people start and they think, oh, I'm going to Hollywood, I'm going to be the actor, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be super successful, I'm going to win all the awards, and so be it. But then that is not the journey, right? So maybe, Sasha, how has been your experience, um, these few years that you've been over there, pursuing your acting career?
Well, it's not been easy at times, but first of all, I am a undefeatable optimist, and I don't usually break. Like I can get very close to that, but then I don't. I never give up, and I believe in my lucky star. Whatever you believe in, God or universe, whatever you call it, I believe in a lucky star that guides me throughout my life. And it's been 100 of small instances. Like for instance, like I really want to go uh, for vacation to Italy, for instance. Like don't have enough money, doesn't matter. I will get this money somehow. And all of a sudden, last minute, like voiceover, whatever work or anything, and I get this money, or something happens, or like a bank calls me and say, you inherited more from your dad than we thought you did. So here's this account. I'm like, oh, all of a sudden I do have always been like that. So I believe in this lucky star that will, you know,
Make a way for you.
yeah, make a way for me. So when I came here, I had some struggles. I'm not ready to openly talk about that just yet, although Rico and Rochelle, of course, know. And I got into a very difficult situation when I couldn't leave because I already applied for a green card. But I had terrible struggles here. I was, well, let's just say I was abused. And I didn't have money. I had to survive, and I was too proud to ask for help, so people had no clue. Everything was fine on the surface, but also I had to take care of my kids. So that was a scary time in my life, and I couldn't work because I didn't have work permit at the time. I was in between getting the documents, so I had to just wait and just to see what's gonna happen. So I decided, okay, I will calm down, and they will be. And of course, they were people who were willing to help me. And at the moment when I was, that's actually was the moment when I got like one project and then another project. They were small, but they brought me something, and slowly, eventually, I got out of it, and now I'm a established Angelino, I gotta say, and everybody is happy. And now I support people in need. You know?
Fantastic. Wow, what a story. Rachelle, how has your story been like?
I've just been so blessed that I have the best support system in the whole world. My family has always supported me and has always taken care of me. So which made, like coming down here, I wasn't alone. I came down here with my grandparents. So I have never been lonely while I'm here, which I'm so grateful for because there's so many people that don't have a support system and don't have people that they can that love them and support them and that they can rely on. I'm very lucky to have that. And so that has been part of mine, is just that I've had, that love and that care, no matter what I do. And I was just lucky that when I was younger, I can't remember if I was like 8 or how old I was. I had auditioned for a few agents, and I didn't sign with any at the time, but they still remembered me years later. And so I was able to get an agent when I decided I was going to come down here, which really, really helped. And then I also just I built a lot of friendships, and I knew a lot of people that were coming down from Seattle and Portland, and I knew people that were transitioning, across states, across the world, and they were all coming here around the same time. So then, our friendships, we kept, getting together and working on projects, meeting each other's friends, and built a network, a family. And so I was able to, the second film I ever produced, which actually what's funny is the first film I produced, I think I filmed it like a week or two prior to doing the second one. So it was very fast paced going from one to the next. But I was so grateful that I had friends that I knew, and I met a bunch of other friends, and we came together and made that film. And that's how I, got to meet more people. And so I've just been so lucky that it's been, getting to connect to people I know and getting to meet people, um, and continue training, continue working. And just I think I love that the film industry is so collaborative, and that it's all about relationships and connecting to people. Because I mean, it really does help if you have a system of people around you that you get to work
Yeah,
with. So
building your network. That
yeah.
is fantastic. Rico, you've been around for a while, and so give us your experience all these years, going back and forth and being in Los Angeles.
You know, when I first moved here, one of the first things I wanted to do was I just wanted to I wanted to get straight in the mix and really be around people who were showing that same passion and drive that I had. I mean, everybody comes here and wants, kind of like what you were saying, wants the fame, wants to win all the awards. And yeah, I do want to win all the awards. But there's also that work that comes with it. And I found that coming from a theater background, the the way that I felt like I was going to immerse myself better is if I started off in that way. And I ended up actually working with the Roby Theater Company here in Los Angeles. And it was actually on a weird fluke because I had a friend who was narrating this piece that she wasn't able to do at the last minute, and so she asked me if I was free a certain day to do it, and I ended up doing it, and I ended up working with the theater company and just making a ton of friends from it, and just connections and just the people, and it was great because it was theater. I mean, if it turned out that I did it by being a part of a film, that would have been awesome too. But coming from a theater background and coming into moving to LA with a job that was a touring theater show, it was a great way to immerse myself in the acting culture here. And what I did was I just pretty much, like with all of us, you nurture those relationships and you grow from that, and you get those contacts, and you next thing you know, you're working on this project or that project, and it just grows. I was very lucky to have been involved in a lot of different independent projects, film and theater wise as well. All the while trying to, get my demo reel together, and and getting footage for stuff so I could present it in front of the powers that be, as far as producers and directors and casting directors, and getting the main reason why I moved here for film and TV, and just having that grow, and just eventually getting an agent and a manager, and just going through that whole process. And it was very important that I do it this way, because I didn't want to lose what rooted me in the first place in this business, which is not only the love of film and TV, but also the theater portion of it all. So I had to do it in a way where I still maintain that, but I'm still growing, and I'm still going beyond what I was more known for back home in the Bay Area, for which was a lot of theater and a lot of independent film, but I needed to grow past that. So it's been an amazing journey. I mean, the journey never ends; it still continues, and even with the success that I am experiencing, it's still a growth. I'm doing one project, and I'm still thinking about the next, which is what we do.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about that next level. I always tell myself I'm trying to work hard to get out of the kiddie pool, because you can be in a certain level of your acting career, but if you're not always setting your sights on growing and not being content, it you'll be there longer. And that's just important. It's important to me. It's important to the people who are close to me, that they see that as well. Don't be content where you are. Keep growing, and get out of the kiddie pool. And I say that because there's nothing wrong with being in the kiddie pool, because
Of course, you've got to grow. Of
you
course.
want to grow, and you want to appreciate. Like, one of the things I always say is, I've played a lot of cops. I've played a lot of cops, and those cop roles have always been like 1-2-liner co-star roles in various TV shows. I'm grateful as heck for all those roles.
Yeah.
I love playing them. But after a while, you want to get out of playing those 1-2-line zingers. You want to start doing more guest star, recurring, series regular, your show.
Yeah.
And so you got to keep it moving. So that's
You've got to grow. You've got to keep moving. I like that. All of us, whatever we're doing, we've got to grow. It shows that you're alive. If you're stagnant, then there's something wrong. So I'm happy you brought that up. So whatever we're doing, find ways to grow and don't get comfortable. When you're comfortable, then and that brings me to the lightning hour, because even though we were in a pandemic, we were in a lockdown, the three of you managed to host a show, which is amazing. So, Rachelle, how did the lightning hour come about?
Yeah. So what's amazing is that the pandemic really put everything to a halt, and it felt like, what are we all going to do to stay creative? Now, about 2 years ago, Rico and I were asked to host an awards show together, called the Young Artist Awards. And we had met a few years prior at the same event. That the first time we ever met, I was just a nominee and a award winner, and he was one of the hosts. And then a few years later, we were then asked to host together. And when we were hosting together, we realized, oh my gosh, this is so fun, getting to host different things together. And we had multiple events that we were asked to do after that. And Sasha, I've known her since 10 Days in a Madhouse. We hadn't had a chance to work together, but we were all friends. And so, Sasha came to one of our events that Rico and I were hosting. And we talked about it, you know, like, oh, we should totally like have a project together. We should host something. Wouldn't that be so fun? But we weren't serious about it. We didn't have anything set in stone. So then the pandemic hits. And I was still brewing in my mind. And I said to them, I wrote them both, and I was like, how about we just start this? Why don't we just sit down and start this? So then from there, we started going into pre-production, planning what we're going to do, how we're going to come about the show, who our guests going to be, what platform is it going to be on. And so then we released the first episode, I think in late June or early July. I can't remember at this point.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we started pre-production back in like April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We worked very hard on it. And so then it's just been continuous growth. You know, I mean, we worked so hard getting the show to be what we want it to be, have the guests we want. And we have such a great chemistry, the three of us. So it's really fun getting to collaborate with you guys. And to get to, you know, all just talk and hang out with our guests. I really love that. That's what we get to do, to stay creative and to still connect with people.
It's been great.
Wow.
So just
Rico, how did you join? How did Rachelle I know you said you were going to do stuff together. It's a pandemic, and the last thing you need is starting something. But then you came on board. So what did she say to get you to say?
She said, "You're going to do this," or no, she didn't say that.
Rico, you better do this.
Yeah, she made me cry, Nana. No. No, well, before I get into that, I just want to say that, you know, one of the things that, you know, there was so much uncertainty when this pandemic kicked in. The industry literally was, there was nothing happening. Nothing happening, from the biggest A-list star to the person who's just starting out. Ain't nothing happening. So a lot of but what you started to see was a whole lot of us in the industry doing something to make it, to keep the train moving. And that's the beauty of our industry. We find a way to keep things going. So film production was down, other things were down, but the will to keep it going was still there. Even though I know for myself personally, like a lot of us, you know, I was concerned, I was scared, I was all these things, and I was beside myself, and I didn't, you know, it was good to also have those moments where you're just like, okay, I guess I'm just chilling. But again, us being artists, that's almost like death. So it's almost like we got to do something. And so when at the time, yeah, it was pretty much just understood that, hey, listen, there's nothing going on. Let's create something. Let's work on these things that we had kind of thrown out there, but because we're all busy, or just because we haven't really had whatever motivation to actually kick it off, let's go ahead and do that. So that was the concept of when we all decided to start the show, do the show, put it all together. We, you know, and how are we going to do it? Was it going to be a Zoom thing? Was it going to be just audio? How are we going to, who are we going to get? And yeah, just as creatives, we find a way. And you see it where, going back to like even, you know, big celebrities, you know, you see them basically doing what we're doing, looking at the box, looking right there, and doing readings of stuff, recording artists. We're doing home concerts, recording artists who get millions doing concerts in huge football stadiums are at the house, and they're playing the guitar, they're singing, they're, you know, everybody's doing stuff. And we wanted to be a part of that, just because our creativity was not happening, but the creativity was happening in the form of something that we were already having a we've already had success in. And it's like, why not do it in a way where now it's going to be a lot more personable, but we're still bringing out the thing that people have always been interested in us in. For Rachelle and I, when we've hosted Sasha in her career back home in Russia as a host as well. I mean, we're all actors, but these are also our
You have the elements as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Sasha, did she also drag you into it, or hey,
Well,
commanding you gonna do it, or you just said, "Hey, I'm in."
of course, I'm always in something fun and with great people that I love. But also, it's funny thing because the last event before the lockdown started, and lockdown started last year on my birthday when I had big plans, but exactly on that day was Monday. But the Saturday before that, actually, Rico had his film played at one of the festivals in Pasadena, and all three of us, actually four, with my son Eric, we went to see Rico's film, and we were, like having fun and taking pictures. Everybody was already buzzing about like, well, this virus and where it's going to go. And I even took my son was wearing a mask, and
Wow.
everybody was like, is he sick? Like, why is this wearing? So I said, okay, take down the mask. Nobody's wearing them. But so it was like, oh, so that everybody felt like it's the last gathering because they were already like, you cannot gather any longer. And so we had a lot of fun. We took a lot of pictures together, and then we were like, guys, we're such a rock band. We should finally start. But you know how it goes in this entertainment industry. Like, let's do this. 10 years later, let's do this. And so and as soon as lockdown started, then I'm getting a text, like a group chat from Rachelle, and she said, okay, people, we're starting. Like, there's no time to wait. Like, the time is now, today. Let's start it. And we were like, huh, what? Okay, we're in. Because, you always start having these fears like, okay, we have to start, we have to prepare, we have to, like, how are we going to do this? Or, you don't know technology that well. But lucky for us, Rachelle is a very bright representative of Generation Z. So Rachelle knows everything about that. And, and eventually I think we all learned all this technology and how to use microphones and cameras. I don't know about you, Rico. I was like zero at that. But I learned. Now I know how to do all of that. And then we started a long weeks of pre-production. We were really thorough about that. And we had multiple meetings, and we're selecting guests, and we know a lot of people, of course, in the entertainment industry, and we wanted to invite the people that we know would inspire the others. And so that's how we started, and it was
fantastic.
And also, it kept us, entertained as well. We got to meet each other every week, or even more often, and our guests, and so it was fun ride.
Now you see how Rachelle and Sasha this is another testament to these two ladies. They know how to give short form answers. I'll give you a whole novel of an answer. Rico, how long you been in LA? Well, let me tell you this whole story of my life.
I know.
Fantastic. I applaud all of you and the show. So the show that Rico, Sasha, and Rachelle host is called The Lightning Hour. So you want to check it out on YouTube. Follow the page and see what the great stuff that they're doing. They're doing amazing interviews on it. So please do follow them and follow them as well and see the great stuff they're doing. So since you all actors, and I always tell you that. What?
Please like and subscribe.
Yes, of course, like and subscribe their YouTube channel. Is that they're brilliant at what they do, and I always tell them that, hey, if you're coming on the show, you've got to demonstrate it. We can just chat and then you go. So first of all, I told them that there is since it's a celebration of love. Everybody knows Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
All of us. one way or the other, have heard the story of Romeo and Juliet, which is one of the romantic story that has ever been told. So, Rico
Yes, ma'am.
accepted my request to play Romeo. So this is the Nana Checha production.
I did. Wait a minute. Oh, fine. Let's do it.
And Rachelle, because you remember the last time I interviewed you, I think um just before the lockdown or in the lockdown,
During.
and you also promised to sing. So maybe the two of you going to play so that we get to have a feel of when you are acting. Some of us, we see people on screen and we think, oh, they're so perfect, there are no flaws, but I know they are behind the scenes. And me being a director can just put you on the spot, like an audition. Something is happening in London and I want to cast all of you. So let's hear it from Romeo.
Now this is a song that you want me to sing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
All
so
right.
sing it in character.
Yes.
Wait.
In other words, be Romeo, but sing a song. Sing.
Yes, sing a song, a love song.
Wow, a love song. All right.
Take it away, Romeo.
You can do it.
Well, here's the thing.
You've got
It's
to have
not.
some
It's
fun.
All right. I'm about to take it back. Back in the time. I'm about to take it back, and I'm going to sing a song that is a theme to a very popular TV show that came out back in the day, and it's I'm just going to sing it. So
Just sing it.
no, your show might get canceled after this. So you've been. All right, here we go.
I'm just giving you 1 minute.
I'm just giving you a heads up. You may not have a show once I'm done. All right, so you can give me 1 minute or 30 seconds, but this might be the end of the Nana Church.
Put up a title card. This is the
Right.
Let's wave goodbye for now. And
Yeah, it's been great knowing you, Nana. All right, here we go. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you, and love, life's sweetest reward. Let it float. It floats back to you, the love boat. Soon we'll be making another run. The love boat promises something for everyone. You set a course for adventure, your mind on a new romance. And love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. It's love. Welcome aboard. It's love.
Yay!
Bravo!
Bravo!
Good luck in your future endeavors, Nana.
That is an actor's life for you. You can put them on the spot and they will deliver. So, Rachelle, over to you.
What you got, Henry? What you got?
Okay. So, Rico, you might appreciate this. Little
All right.
Ella Fitzgerald for you.
Uh-oh. Tapping into the heartstrings here.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty-night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me.
Wow.
Woo!
Do my crappy I could do my crappy
Bravo!
Louis Armstrong
That is
impression.
No, that was excellent.
Actually, hold on. I'll do my. This is so bad, Rico. I need your permission to do a bad Louis Armstrong impression.
Oh God! All right, hit me.
Wow. Sasha,
Okay.
are you ready?
Oh, now I am on the spot. Okay,
All
I am. I'm not, but I am.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay, I will
Yes.
try to sing the song, and then your show will guarantee to be canceled.
It's not canceling. The show is going to get an Emmys for all that you're doing.
Okay.
I like that idea. All right, let me try. So this is the song that I'm going to sing in Russian.
Okay.
Борьба, трактиры, стычки, шпаги, кони. И буйный мир от схватки до погони. И мир любви, и миг святого пыла. Рука ласкала, а душа любила. Та встреча не чета простой удачи. Была любовь, Слав, и было все иначе. И вот среди друзей я как в пустыне. И что мне от любви осталось ныне? Только имя. Констанция, Констанция, Constancia, Constancia, Constancia. So actually, this is sorry, I'm gonna start crying.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
The Russian musical Three Musketeers when D'Artagnan loses Constancia. This Constancia.
Wow.
So tell us in English because so now you're going to teach me how to speak Russian.
Okay, so the song goes like this. So it's like
just explain it. Just explain it.
Oh, okay. So he's like the Constance, his love of his life was just poisoned by Milady. And she was they were hiding her in a monastery, Constance. And he was like late by 1 minute, almost like Romeo and Juliet. He was late by 1 minute, and she was already poisoned, and she died in his arms. And this is one of the favorite songs of Russians, of all the Russians, because it's a very he's screaming into the emptiness, like he just lost her. Like, how come that I finally found what love is? And all I'm left with now, I'm surrounded by friends, by enemies, by whatever, but I'm in a desert. And all that I still have left from my love is a name, Constance, Constance. And then he sings. So I had to cut it because it would be another minute.
Oh, fantastic. I have really, really enjoyed this evening. And
cool.
For all of you coming out to share and sing, I recorded it. So I will send it to a producer and see how well you three did, and you never know where it's going to go. So
give us our ratings later. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you.
All right.
So in your own words, to your fans out there and to people out there who that we are all in lockdown, things are hard, but you want to give them hope. In your words, in 1 minute, Rico, what would you tell them?
I'm sorry, ma'am. You said in my best what now?
In your best words, what would you tell people watching and somebody's about to give up? Give us some words of hope.
We've made it this far. It may not have been for many the best, but keep doing what you're doing to keep just to stay busy, to know that there is an end in sight. Stay creative no matter what you do, even if you're not in the industry. Stay creative. Tap into things that maybe you've always wanted to do but haven't had time, or because of life or whatever. Just keep it going, keep it moving. Try to find new ways to do things differently. Maybe tweak it up a little bit. But whatever you do, don't give in to what you may hear, what you may see. Believe things when it comes to the science. Believe, but also believe that, and take care of yourself, because by taking care of yourself, you're taking care of other people as well. But also, self-care is everything, and if you do that, then it'll continue to give you hopefully more hope each day, and just know that things will get better. I know it's very cliche, but I don't think it has ever rung true more than now. It will
It
get
will get
better.
better. It will get better. So, what is your social media platform?
I am Rico Anderson on both Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Website is ricoanderson.com. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. What about you, Rachelle? What would you say?
It's none of us imagined that we were going to be in a global pandemic. If you had asked us a year ago, if you had ever asked us, are you going to be living through something like this? We would have all laughed and said, no, that's crazy. This wouldn't have happened. But it did happen to us. But we're all really strong. And it doesn't matter if you've never felt strong or if you have always felt strong. We are having to get through something that is pretty unimaginable. And right now is the perfect time to do whatever passion you've always wanted to try new things, to develop your skills, to learn different things, to continue on moving forward with those things that you're passionate about and those things that you love. And whether it be, like cooking something or playing a board game you haven't played, or make a talk show, or like also in my case, I am finishing, I'm in school. I have one more class and then I have an associate's degree, and then I'm in the bachelor's program. So I'm just really pursuing school along with all my other projects. So no matter what you're doing, just stay creative and stay busy. And I have an acting coach whose motto is "Don't wait, create," and it's always applied to me, but I feel like it applies so heavily right now. Whatever you want to do, just go out there and pursue it. And right now, this is the best time because we have so much technology at our hands. We have Zoom, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have so many different tools. So you might as well use them and try something new and continue creating and continue collaborating.
Fantastic. And what's your social media platform?
On Instagram, I am at the Rachelle Henry. On Twitter, I'm Rachelle M. Henry. On Facebook, I am Rachelle Henry Actress, and my website is www.rachellehenry.com.
Fantastic. And finally, Sasha.
Yes. So Rico and Rachelle said pretty much it all. And I wanted to add to that first of all, and it's my motto, never, ever give up, never lose optimism. And if you do, connect with everyone you know, and you can bother, like I am for now, for instance, you can bother me. If I have time, I will always, hang out on the phone or whatever, and we will talk, and you will not feel that lonely anymore. But also, yeah, this is the best time for everything. Like, for instance, I know people who go to classes like in Australia, for instance, because through Zoom, it wasn't possible before. And it's the time when there are a lot of new things that's starting right now or have started that they will stay in our life. And yeah, all this technology, I learned how to use all that. And I'm telling you, I'm useless at that. If I buy a new printer, everybody can print on that printer, but if I hit the button print, it doesn't work. So I'm that kind of, my energy just shuts down everything.
Don't
Somehow
say
I learned
that.
how to do. Yeah, and I build the whole studio set, at home and everything, voiceover and everything, so we can do that. We can take classes, we can move forward, but yeah, we never should stay stagnant. Always move forward, whether it's a little bit, whether it's a leap, whatever, it doesn't matter. You just move forward, don't stay. And also, if you need to take a minute, just take it and just relax and forget about your obligations. Because another thing that came with this lockdown is constant feeling of guilt that I'm not doing enough. I'm like hanging out at home, I'm chilling, and I should be working. Sometimes, if you feel that this overwhelming feeling, what I do, I just skip everything and allow myself to have like 1, 2, 3 days off, whatever I need. And then after that, I have enough energy to go back and like no guilt here, just chilling,
Fantastic.
binging TV and whatever. So just
Fantastic.
don't
And
give
your
up.
social and your social media platform?
It's real Sasha Kerbel. You can see it here, our platforms. And it's on Instagram, on Twitter, and also on Twitter and Kerbel Sasha. That's another, I have 2 Twitter accounts. Long story. And Facebook, I'm real Sasha Kerbel as well. I mean, you just type.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And guys, these are my wonderful families in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, doing their wonderful stuff, and they were here to tell us. And I'm so thankful that it was exclusive to me, that I got all the three of you hosting the Lightning Hour to come on the show. So thank you. Please check out the Lightning Hour, subscribe and like, and get to see what they do. Have a wonderful afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank
I
you, Nana.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. And you stay safe as well, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Hope to hug
Stay
you soon in
safe.
person.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
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 Bye. See you.
So it's been wonderful hanging out with the host of the Lightning Hour, which has said, please check it out. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And God willing, catch you next Sunday. All the best and happy Valentine's Day. Bye bye.